Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another FIFA 14 video. Today, I thought I'd go over some more sort of features that I want to see in it, but sort of talk about career mode a little bit more because obviously I have heaps more things to talk about in terms of gameplay, but I thought I'd sort of skip a lot of the things I want to say about gameplay and go straight onto career mode. So there has been a little bit more news about career mode ever since they sort of released a few photos and actually announced the game. But I thought I'd go ahead and talk about what I want to see in the game in terms of career mode and manager mode and everything. Obviously there's heaps more things I can talk about, but leave a comment, let me know what you guys want to see, and let's go straight into it. So, the first thing I really want to see in this year's FIFA is training features. Now, I feel as if this is something that should have been, or might have been, in some of the older FIFAs. If not, then I really do think they should add it, because, say your team loses like 3-0, like a big upset defeat, and, you know, there was obviously an issue in the game, the way you played or something. I feel as if you should be able to train on certain things and really, you know, go for either fitness and make your players, you know, a little bit more fit, go for sort of like shooting and stuff like that, which could also boost sort of training stats, which sort of boosts how you play in the game. I feel as if this is something that the game really needs, and I think that'd be a lot of fun as well to be able to actually train your team and set up certain drills and certain sort of things to focus on for your team to get better. So the next thing is transfer offers. Now, I find that transfer offers and deals and everything are a little bit too small of a big deal. I mean, you hear about the news that Chelsea are about to sign Andre Schürrle, and there's so much news about it. There are so many articles, and in FIFA there's sometimes like one article that's saying like, you know, Chelsea looking at him, and then you can just buy him with ease if you have enough money, or, you know, if you just basically do what the game tells you to, you can easily buy players. I feel as if it should be more of a big deal, and players that are really good shouldn't be going to smaller clubs. I remember I started a career mode with Sydney FC just for some laughs, and I managed to get like some really old but quite good players over, like, you know, Lampard. He's, you know, fairly old, and he managed to come over, which is pretty ridiculous because I got, you know, this full team of like these really good players, which is just stupid. So I think transfer offers should be a little bit more sort of realistic, and there should be a bit more of a big deal about it. So the next thing, and this is something that I'm sure a lot of people want, is to be able to upgrade your stadium. Now, there's a lot of like Power League teams and really lots of teams out there in the game. For one that don't even have a stadium in the game, but for the ones that do, a lot of their stadiums are really crap, and you have like really low, small atmosphere in the games. I feel as if, you know, if you have enough money, you should be able to upgrade it, and obviously that would add for more atmosphere and stuff like that. I feel as if the chanting in this game sometimes is a little bit sort of lacking, and maybe a bigger stadium would really help with that. So the next thing is there was a lot of talk about online manager mode, where you could sort of play with your friends, and a few of you guys could sort of manage a team and then play it online. I could see that sort of working, but in another way I can see that being a really weird sort of feature. But it sounds really cool, and I was thinking about it the other day, how, like, you know, if one of your mates is Arsenal and you're Chelsea or something like that, you could really go head to head against each other. And I mean, I feel as if it would sort of just be you and your mate that are always like first and second, but I still feel as if that'd be a lot of fun. So the next thing is sponsorships and changeable kits. Now, one of the most annoying things about FIFA 13 is when you're playing as, say, Cardiff City and you get promoted into the Premier League. For one, you have no money, which is fake. Obviously, they'd get a lot more money for winning the Power League, and obviously they're going to spend a lot more money. But also, you can't change the kits, and you can't change your sponsorships, which for me would be really cool, because then you could get more money. Just sort of different ways of making money in the game that isn't about, you know, winning and stuff like that. And also the kits thing, there should be a little option, just a quick, easy option to customize kits to make them ever so slightly different to the one the year before or whatever, just so that you know that you're playing in a new season. So the next thing is a coaching staff. I find it a little bit unrealistic and stupid, and I feel as if this would be an awesome feature if you had, you know, a medical staff, like a goalkeeper training dude, you know, all that sort of stuff, just so that you could really kind of like make the team that you want to make and have, you know, coaches that really are, you know, who you want them to be, if you guys know what I mean. And I just feel as if that would help with the sort of feeling that you actually are a manager. And obviously that would come with like better scouting. I know that FIFA 14 is fixing scouting a bit. And just more sort of coaching options, you know, training features and stuff like that, as I said before. So the next thing is to be able to play with your reserve squad. So like your under 21s, your under 18s, and obviously like your youth squads. I just feel as if that'd be a really cool way. I mean, this is obviously optional, you don't have to do this, but I think it would be a cool way of sort of building up your youth, because I feel as if in FIFA 14, for one, it's in FIFA 13, sorry, for one, it's stupid that you don't even have a youth team. But also it's ridiculous how when you scout players, it takes forever for them to actually get into your first team, because it takes ages for their potential to go up. And I feel as if you could play with them, and if you played well with them, their potential actually goes up, and they start playing better. I just feel as if that'd be a really cool thing. So yeah, scouting. I thought I'd move on to scouting, because obviously they are fixing it a little bit, as I said before, but I feel as if you should be able to scout individual players and really be able to get players that you want to get, and to really be able to focus on the certain position that you need in your team. And I just think their growth and their potential should be more realistic. And if you loan players, they should actually like move up a few stats. Like, I loaned a player and he only moved up like 2. I feel as if, a player that's worth 60, that's rated 60, and he's like 16 years old, he'd move up quite a fair bit if he actually had potential. And I just feel as if the potential isn't realistic. And another thing with scouting is a lot of the positions, I feel as if they should be able to play certain different positions. So, for instance, maybe a centre mid could also play attacking mid or defensive mid, depending on what sort of player he is. I just feel as if a lot of the players don't have much diversity, and I know that this is a little bit of a picky thing, but I really want the scouted players to have these sort of generated faces, just so that you know that they're sort of realistic, even though they're not at all like real players. I think it would be cool if they could at least sort of generate this face that goes with their in-game face, just to add that little bit of realism to the game. So the next thing is for your scouts. Just one more thing about scouting is a lot of the players have like these ridiculous 99 stats. Like, I scouted a player the other day, he was like 16 years old and he had 99 reaction, which is just ridiculous and fake. I don't think there's a single player in the whole world that would have a 99 reaction. So I don't know why these youth players have it. So yeah, I thought I'd just touch on that. So the next thing is in like the pre-match report or whatever. I feel as if there should be sort of more details about the games that you've previously had with that team. Just so that it sort of makes each fixture a little bit more exciting, because if you know that you've lost like 2-0 in the game before, then you want sort of revenge or something like that. So I feel as if that should be added into the game. Obviously, this is a big fan favourite in terms of a wish list. Everyone wants more leagues. Personally, I don't really care because I only really play the EPL, but a lot of people really want like the Turkish league, the Dutch league, and the South American. I'm sure there's other ones, but I'm pretty sure those are the sort of main ones that people want. So I really hope they get the licensing for that, because obviously that would really help a lot of people in terms of playing with the team that they want to play. So the next thing is for fans to actually interact and ask questions. Rafa Benitez is constantly getting, hooted with like fans, making like journalists making articles about him and stuff like that, and obviously press conferences and stuff like that. I don't know why there's not press conferences in FIFA. It seems like a really obvious thing that should be in the game, and it would be a lot of fun to sort of answer these sort of questions that they shoot at you. And obviously pre and post game interviews, we actually have choices, and what you say might get published into like into some newspaper article or something like that, just for a little bit more realism. So the next thing is for players' form to actually change their rating. Obviously this is seen in match day if you guys play that in sort of kickoff game mode. But obviously sometimes players don't perform well and they go on a bad run of form. I don't know why, but their stats seem to just stay the exact same. I don't know why they can't temporarily go down or even permanently go down if they're in a really dry patch. I just think it's stupid where players like Valencia, if you guys know who he is, plays for Manchester United, he's had a pretty terrible season, and his stats are still the same the whole way through the season. I feel as if he should be going down, his stats should be going down, so that's just something that would add a little bit more sort of pressure on the actual players to perform well. So the last thing, guys, is international tournaments. I don't know why, but the World Cup, which is coming up, isn't in the game, which is stupid. Confederations Cup, I think that might be in the game, but there's not much of a big deal about it. And obviously, like other international cups and stuff like that, aren't really that... Personally, I really don't like the way that international management is done in FIFA. I feel as though they could add a lot more to it. So that's basically it, guys. In fact, I got one more thing to say, and that is I want them to have Ballon d'Or or like Golden Boot into the game. Just once again, for that little bit more sort of pressure on the players, even though they don't really have minds. But it's cool if they, actually have a desire to like score and stuff like that in the game. And obviously their form can go up and down and stuff like that if they're doing well. And then obviously Golden Boot would just be really cool sort of things to have in the game. So I've obviously got way more ideas for FIFA 14, but let me know what you guys want to see. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.